Hello. I'm going to do a video that I tried doing earlier, but I'm really rambling through a lot of it and kind of distracted. And I might be in this one too, but I wanted to make it a bit easier for me to follow along, because even while I was trying to edit it, it was just killing me hearing myself, as I'm sure it is for most people when they hear me. Just do like just to do a my overall impressions and thoughts on the Battlefront 2 beta. And I'll just try and cover my main points while playing just one game of each mode, assuming I'm not stuck in the middle of, I'm not put into one in the middle of it. Then I might play 1.5 or something. But starting with Galactic Assault on Naboo Theed Palace. This mode to me, it feels like a mostly improved version of Walker Assault from Battlefront 1. The newest ones. Oh good, we are starting a new game here. Let's see, I'm gonna play as I do like being the officer. And basically in this mode, as the droids, you're trying, it's a three-stage mode. As the droids, you're trying to at first escort this tank through what would you even call the courtyard? I guess you could call it the courtyard. Take it through the courtyard to where it can blow up the palace, basically blow up the palace doors for your guys to get in. Second phase is you trying to open up some doors on the inside to get into the throne room, where you eventually have to capture the throne room. Now, it's pretty simple enough, and if you're playing on the other side as the clones, your goal is literally just to kill people and make sure they don't. At this point they're actually trying to pick up these ion cannons that we're going to protect. They're trying to pick the ion cannons up, hit the tank, do damage to it, rinse and repeat. It's basically all they're doing. Until the second and third stages, where they're just trying to kill. Let's see if we have anybody coming up here. Simple enough, and I like it a lot. It does feel like a better, like I said, it does feel like a better version of the Walker Assault from the last game, except for I thought this was something about Ahsoka. Except for two things. There's only two kind of issues I have. Not two. Why did I say two? There's only two issues There's only two. I keep saying two. There's a couple of issues that I have. Basically the same thing, but who cares? When it gets to the second and third stages, where you're actually in the palace, it feels a bit too. It feels very choke spammy. What I mean by that is you get crowded into these very tight corridors, and into these very tight corridors. Alright, this asshole it's still blinding me. I tried getting away from it. You get crowded in these corridors, and then it just kind of becomes whoever's hero does better, or whoever spams. Just whoever spams their way into shit first. It's just what it feels like to me. It doesn't feel very tactical. It feels fun, but it doesn't feel tactical. I guess there's a difference. I would prefer, in this part right here, there's definitely a lot of strategy to it. Can't freaking do anything. Oh boy.
Activating strategic control circuits.
Okay, well that. What killed him there? Oh, that must have been that guy. What was another complaint I had about this mode? That's really mainly it. It's just, yeah, that second stage just feels like the second and third stages are just like, they don't feel particularly tactical in any way. There's a lot of strategy. It's just kind of like shove your way in through if you can. If you can't, you lose. That's mainly my only complaint with this mode. And this might be different. They might have like a whole ton of different scenarios set up on different maps and different eras. Is there someone up? Can he get up top? Oh, okay. Ooh, okay. Good shot there. Oh, is someone across the way trying to fire at me? Yeah. Oh boy. I'm actually doing okay in this match. Oh boy. That came up on me too quickly. Back to what I was saying. But otherwise, this mode to me is pretty fun. Even with this like kind of choke spam kind of deal. To give you anybody a reference, if you played Battlefield 1, there's a map on there that I cannot for the life of me remember the name of. But it's basically it just takes place on like a cliffside. And it's all it is. It's just a lot of cliffside. It's just a lot of it is like open cliffside combat. But if you're playing, I think it's like Operations or Rush will have it. If you're playing those modes, there's like points on there where you get to like a point where you have to go into like these bunkers basically, and capture or defend it. It just becomes like a million people, again, crowding into like one hall, like one or two hallways. And it doesn't feel, again, like doesn't feel very tactical, or it doesn't feel like you're like making smart decisions. The way it just feels like you're just like shoving it, like just through sheer force of will making your way in. Which in a shooting game, especially like a tactical shooting game, and I don't know, like Star Wars isn't meant to be like the most tactical shooting games, but still. But I still like it. Hero is a fun to play. I've played a little bit of Rey. I've played a little bit of area hero, some to like mostly to varying degrees of success. Oh, watch out. This guy's... Please. Okay, I guess you've left. That was an accidental headshot. Player killed. Is there still a guy over here? Guess he might have died. Oh boy.
Direct hit to the MTT.
I can hear a guy like right next to me. I think we're pushing up now. Yeah, we're pushing up a bit. Uh oh, no we're not. No we're not. There's still a guy behind me.
Good luck, turret.
Kill him. Kill the guy. Get in my beautiful turret. That's about my thoughts on the mode. Again, like it a lot. Definitely an improvement. This seems like this seems like this is gonna be their main. This is gonna be their main kind of like flagship game mode of the game. Kind of like how I think they kind of presented Walker Assault in a very similar way in the last game. what I'm surprised they didn't do was include some kind of conquest mode, because conquest has been a staple of Battlefront, Battlefield, you know, in a while. Even the last game, it didn't have the same kind of conquest. It didn't have the same kind of conquest mode, but it had a, you know, it had something. And that to me is, it's just surprising. Oh boy, that's a really close grenade. Yep. See them trying to make their way over there. Oh, yep. Ow. I didn't see them though. Can we go for the Darth Maul? Yeah, we'll be able to show off some Darth Maul, sure. I cannot wait to really mess this up.
MTT targeting weapons. Your lives.
Mess that up. Oh boy. Alright, we did make it. There's a Rey there. I wanted to be very careful about not trying to kill Rey, or kill myself trying to get Rey. Got it. Okay.
The palace throne room has been sealed. All units proceed inside and override the door control.
I just damaged somebody with that? Ow. Okay. Alright, well I killed Rey, that's nice. That's nice, dear. Alright, time to be careful with what I'm doing here. Maul can't block shots, so it does make things a bit... Ow. There we go. Alright, we did that one. Makes things easier. Oh boy. Alright. 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 Oh boy, I'm really trying. Ooh, he's trying. Someone override that shit. Alright, he got me finally. This is actually one of my better matches I've been playing, to be honest. Alright, we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna keep the officer. Officer's doing well for me at the moment. Although typically here I kind of go back to assault or even heavy, just because they're a bit better at brigading their way in. But I think I helped out, do a good job of getting those things taken care of. But you kind of see what I mean, like in these, like you see like these, like just these super tight choke points here. Excuse me. It feels a bit too much like. It's like kind of just shoving your way in. You see, like there, we would have had would have had a big problem getting in if it weren't for me being Darth Maul, and that's how it feels like a lot of times. Where it's like if you have a really good Rey, Han Solo, like they can do a really good job in helping you out. They can do a good job at helping you defend, and if you have a really good Darth Maul and Boba Fett, they can help you take like really easily. I'm interested to see how this, but without them, it just kind of feels like you're just kind of either shoving your way in or shoving the enemy back. That's what it feels like most of the time.
Accepted.
But again, I would like to stress, these are points I made a couple times now. I would like to stress, I still have fun with this. Because there was stuff like this in the original Battlefront 2, and like I said, there's the Battlefield map that does that, and I still find it fun.
Initiating capture of the throne room.
Delivering praise. Good work.
Delivering praise. Ow. Oh, I didn't know there was a guy over there still.
Squad assignment accepted. Capturing the throne room now.
Okay. Definitely need to be careful on here. Looks like there's... Oh, hey, what's up, dude? What's up, person? Ow. I can't aim. I'm not good at aiming at the officer, because I'm just a bit better at, I'm just a bit better at, like, helping out, because I have the turrets I can put down. The flashbangs really help out sometimes.
Grenade out. Securing the throne room.
Unless they didn't do nothing there. Here, you guys...
Win or be deactivated. We're trying to take the throne room.
Failure will result in
Ow, 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 ow. Alright, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and go over to a, let's go with a assault here.
Forming squad.
Don't think we're gonna do this. We don't have a lot of people left, and it's just, this part just ends up being like a funnel into the area, and hopefully you get on the point quick enough. Although we are capturing now, let's see. We might hit overtime it. Uh-oh, Ray, please, Ray, I gotta ask you now to.
nearly secure.
On point. Follow me.
I did fucking just blast her in the face with the...
Squad assignment accepted.
I did just blast her in the face with that shotgun, which I'm never good at doing. I think, yeah, we just lost. Now that I look at it, well,
Recalculating.
if that room was bigger,
Self-destruct. Your
like the number of entrances actually is fine, I think, for that room. It's just if the room was like bigger, or if it was set up into like, maybe like 2 separate points. Hey, look at the MVP. I didn't think I'd get that. If it was set up into like 2 separate points that you had to capture like in 2 different areas, I think that might be a bit better. I don't know. Because like I mean, it's not like the ways to get into there are like super tight chokes. Some of them are very tight chokes, but some of that, but the front area is just a big wide open hallway. So I don't think it's that bad in terms of that regard. Just the tiny space you have to occupy to actually get on the point. It just feels too choke spammy to me. That's just my personal opinion. So now we're gonna move on to, what are we gonna move on to here? Starfighter Assault. So, last thoughts on Galactic Assault. Really fun mode. I'll just say the things I've said already. A bit choke spammy at the end. Playing the heroes is very fun. And overall, just a really fun game mode. If it's different, I will be intrigued if it's like different kinds of objectives on different maps, instead of just like, oh, here's the thing you have to destroy, and then you have to go in and like capture these 2 things, and then and then capture this one last one. That kind of concept. Which I think it might be, because I like thinking that mode on Hoth. I don't know if that mode would work as well on Hoth, because obviously you'd have the walkers, but I feel like the walkers, if you're going like from a story perspective, would be a much bigger priority. So I think that might be the case. But that's enough. I've said the same thing about 5 times plus about Galactic Assault. TLDR, I like it. Some minor issues, but still fun. Starfighter Assault, I think, has been also very much improved from Battlefront 1. Whereas in the last Battlefront game, you're pretty much just killing things in like the main Starfighter Assault. What they've done with this game is, if anybody ever played like the Death Star expansion or the Scarif expansion, and they had like that multi-stage, those multi-stage or multi-level kind of game modes where you'd have the thing where it's like you need to like do this space battle, and then you need to do something on the ground, and then, you know, another space battle or something else on the ground. That's what this one is, you know, except for like just in the air. So this mode essentially comprises of the rebels are trying to basically destroy this imperial ship, this imperial cruiser. You first have to destroy the like smaller cruisers that are around it, then go inside and destroy basically like 4, I don't know what they're called, like reactor core, or not reactor cores, just 4 like power cells or something like that. I forget the name. It'll come up here in a minute. Although I'm having trouble fucking getting people on this match apparently. Wow. Okay, let's try and leave and come back to another one. This is actually very rare that this happens. So as I was saying, this actually looks like Coruscant, but it's a place called Fondor, which I can't not remember for the life of me what it is. Ah, now we're the Empire. So the way I was mentioning before, the game mode works. The rebels have to destroy 2 cruisers. Then there's like these 4 power cells inside the ship that you got to destroy. And then the last part is you have to destroy this this like reactor core that's shielded. The way to get it unshielded is you have to destroy like these 4 couplings that'll let you fire at this reactor core for a certain amount of time. After the time's up, you got to go back and destroy the couplings again, and then rinse and repeat. I like this. It's definitely nowhere near like the original kind of space battles that were in Battlefront 2, but I'm not one of the people that's like, oh my god, I have to have that. Any kind of objective besides just killing is definitely preferable. So let's see what I can do here. Wow, already. Let's be able to get a kill and then immediately get killed. Good me. In terms of this game mode, there are actually only 2 things that I've noticed that are kind of wonky. And again, this might just be for this particular one that they've set up here. I guess I would have to explain. In terms of the Empire, all you have to do is just kill people. That's all you really have to do. I think there are... Wow, either I'm lagging or someone else is lagging. Ow. Ow, someone is really hurting me right now. Someone is really hurting me. Alright, my missile is... Alright, I did that. Oh boy. I'm actually getting a lot more used to like the way this controls again. But all you do as the Empire is kill people. In this part right here, you do have a thing where you can like destroy these ships. I think they like do some damage, but nothing crazy. Let me switch to my fighter. So here it seems like the TIE bombers, which are mainly used for like attacking objectives, seem useless to me. I might be wrong. Again, like in this part, they're kind of helpful, I can imagine. But they're not anything that's like, oh my god, like check out. You're mainly here just to kill people. Oh wow, that was a lot of nonsense there. I'm actually not doing well right now. The other thing I think is weird is that when you get to the third stage where you have to like destroy these couplings to like open up the reactor core and do all that. It feels like it, even if you do really well as the rebels, it feels like, oh my god, that thing is making a beeline. It feels like it takes too long for the rebels to do it. Like I haven't played a game as the Empire or the rebels where the rebels have won yet. It just hasn't happened. We've gotten really, I've seen ones that have gotten very, very close, but none that have actually done it yet. And so that's mainly the only two things that it seems like on this particular one, TIE Bomber is mostly useless. I could be using it here to take out these ships, but I don't see why. Alright, where are you, Hanzo? Hey, look at that. Ow. But other than those two things, again, I like it a lot. It's especially fun as the rebels. If you really want to like go into a TIE bomber and just attack shit the whole time, you can do that. It's really fun actually playing the objective. I know a lot of other people will be more focused on doing dogfights. I typically don't. I'm not as good at it as this gameplay can probably tell you. Since I can barely kill the AI here. And I didn't even kill him, somebody else did.
Rebel reinforcements have arrived. Y-wing bombers. Keep them from reaching the dock.
Ah, damn it. Where'd you go?
Rebel Y-wings are bombing the dock.
Where'd they go?
Eliminate them.
I didn't even see them. Ow, someone's on me now. Ow. Let's go back to TIE interceptors so we can actually... Okay, someone else is going to kill them before I can. So I'm going to go in here and start trying to take out the other people. The shield protectors. Okay, the shield protectors. That's what these things are. Looks like someone spawned into Darth Maul's ship. Yeah, thanks for warning me as soon as I actually get a collision. But overall, I would say that this is still like my least favorite mode of the three, but it's kind of hard to say that just because I'm never, like, even the original game, I didn't care about Starfighter Assault as much anyways. Oh. Oh, where are you at, bitch?
The Empire doesn't take losses like this. The rebels have destroyed a shield generator. Immediate repairs required.
Oh boy. Oh boy. I got disoriented there. This mode is definitely the hardest one to try and talk and play at the same time. There's so much going on the screen, and I'm already bad at flying, so. But I think.
The rebel numbers grow thin. Use this moment. Annihilate them completely.
Alright. Oh yeah. Let's see. There we go. Someone just say don't expect this, thanks. Okay, we'll move on. Yeah, see, it's just, it takes so long to destroy things. I wonder if they'll end up fixing that. It really does take a long time to... It does take a long time to win as the rebels, in my opinion. But nonetheless, still fun. And definitely still an improvement on the, at least the base Starfighter mode. It's more reminiscent of the kind of mode that you'd play in the big main modes of the Scarif and Death Star expansions from the first game, which I did not get to play a lot of, but the ones I did, I know how they basically worked. So now, as soon as we get out of here, we will talk about the strike game mode. And I'll begin talking about it as soon as I can at least start booting it up. Oh, there we go. There we go. Takadana Maz's Castle. First Order of Intel. Okay. So this game mode is the simplest out of the three. It's just pure infantry fighting with the upgraded infantry classes. So I'm playing First Order. The example for this would be here's your Flame Trooper for this, and the Rocket Trooper for this. So what I've learned now is that every faction of every era has what they call their Enforcer class and their rocket class or aerial class. Rocket Troopers, I think for the most part are, except for weapons, all their abilities and stuff are the same. I think there's a couple that might have something different, but mostly they're all the same. The Enforcers are the ones that are typically different. I'm gonna go ahead and play Assault. I generally prefer Assault or Heavy on this one. But the concept is the First Order have this artifact that you can see right there. It says pick up. The First Order have an artifact to basically collect and then take to their ship. And then while I get bum rushed by this guy. Oh, ow. And that's basically it, and the Resistance are just trying to stop them. This is my favorite mode of the beta so far, because it doesn't have that same, because it's small scale, it's 8v8, because it's so small scale, it doesn't have the same, there are these kind of tighter chokes in the game in this mode, similar to what we were talking about, but it's not. Ow. Okay. But it's only 8v8, so it's nowhere near as hectic as the Galactic Assault is, even in these tight chokes, and it just feels so much more fluid. There's also this particular map is really nice to play because of the greenery. The Resistance have a bit of advantage because they have a bit more camouflage.
Our forces have lost the package.
But at the same time, it's all around very fun to play, in my opinion. and I have no problems with this game type in particular. This is one I have zero problems with. Everything about it, like I've seen a it is, I would say, slightly difficult for the Empire to win, but I've seen them win a lot. I've seen the Resistance win more than the Empire, but it's like nowhere near impossible for the Empire to win. Technically not the Empire, it's the First Order, but you know.
Grenade in play.
You can chuck grenades far in this game too, as I've noticed. Damn it. Ah. The only thing that I've seen in this mode that is kind of wonky, and other people brought it up, I've seen on the internet, is that the Flame Trooper for the First Order is just kind of lacking. It doesn't do enough. It's effective against the characters with the Enforcers. Like when they have shields up, the flames just go right through it. It's helpful against them. But it just, it just seems like the flames, like their primary fire just doesn't do enough damage. But besides that, and that's not really a criticism on the actual game mode, it's just more of, this is like the only place that the Flame Trooper is, oh boy, that's not good.
Got a ping on hostiles.
Ah, what the heck? Oh. But other than that, no complaints about this game mode. And so now it'll just be, and now from this point on, it'll just be kind of me commenting on what's going on here. I'm noticing, because I have tried to record this a couple times, I am definitely much better at playing when I am not talking. Which is obvious to some people, but because I'm just starting to kind of try and do this a bit more and more now, oh boy, those rocket troopers. The rocket jumper for the rebels is really good. I'm about to get my own now. I rarely see anybody play the flame trooper, to be honest though.
The package has been dropped. Retrieve it before the resistance can secure it.
One thing that is more noticeable in this mode than the others, or more specific Galactic Assault, is that you cannot interact with like these objectives with one of these advanced classes or a hero class, and I think that is such a great move, because it would be just a nightmare. It would be a nightmare trying to do this otherwise. Oh, there's somebody with the flame class. Oh, someone's behind me.
We've lost the package. We've got the package.
I'm gonna try and protect this guy. Oh yeah, get the flame trooper and the... Turn the mission area. You're welcome. Well, you need to get back in the zone, dude. If I can't get in there, I know you can't.
We've dropped the package.
Yeah.
Another contact.
Where is the package? It went all the way back there because he was out of bounds with it for so long. That's stupid. Well, I mean, it's not stupid. He shouldn't have been out of bounds. That's why I left. Yeah, I seriously love this,
We're moving with the package now.
Oh, someone's coming over here.
The carrier has been intercepted.
Out. Get your grubby paws off me. Where is the artifact at? It's right there. Oh boy. Oh no. Okay, I need to get down. I need to regain the old health. That thing's about to reset anyways. Ow. Ow. My guy's freaking out.
Package has been secured by
Yeah, so you can see here, like, there's typically like a prompt to pick this up. I cannot do it. You won't be able to.
moving the package now.
Alright, this guy is going to try a different approach, and I like it. Please come through here. Thank you. Yes, keep coming through. I cannot power you. I cannot power a lot of you if you keep funneling in. All right. The rocket jumping feels just as fun in this game. I just killed one of their rocket troopers.
We are running out of opportunities.
Yeah, I know we are. Uh-oh. It's super fun playing as a rocket trooper.
Stay together.
And in this mode they're pretty good. You can only have one, I think one of each class active per team, but it's still very fun. Oh boy. No. Yep, we lost.
Resistance forces have delayed us for
Like I said, resistance tends to win a bit more. But nothing. But again, I've seen Empire win quite a few times, so it's nothing too crazy. I thought I actually did pretty well. I did not do well at first, but once I got that rocket trooper, I was on fire. It's so fun. Just as, I mean, and again, it's the same thing across everybody. So it just their weapons that they hold are different because like even the separatists have their like B2 droid that they use, the B2 rocket. I think they have less health than the what do they call them, the Enforcer class? I forget what I think that's what they're called. They have less health, but they're more mobile, but their weapons still do more damage than like the typical trooper does. That's one other slight bug I've seen in here, which again not a major bug, but if you try to quit out a match like at the end screen, it'll sometimes just put you right into another match, which you can then quit out of. But again, I'm sure that kind of stuff will get smoothed out. Those are small bugs. So it's like okay, it delays me by like 2 seconds. So basically, Starfighter Assault, starting with my least favorite. It's my least favorite purely because I'm just not typically used. I haven't been like a Starfighter Battlefront player since the original games even. Galactic Assault, very fun. Second and third points kind of get a bit too non-tactical for me, but still overall very fun. Strike, literally no problems with it. I love the game mode. Surprisingly, it's like the dark horse for me. We'll see how heroes and villains in Blast are. I know like Team Deathmatch in the last game I didn't really care about, but I play it sometimes. And Heroes vs. Villains looks like it's going to be a different kind of game, so or different kind of Heroes vs. Villains than the last one was. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes. In terms of stuff outside the gameplay, customization is limited right now. I have a feeling that'll change on the actual release, but when you do these kind of betas, customization's not the biggest thing. In terms of the big controversial thing, which is like these loot crates, I can show you here, like the way they have it set up. is you have you have three of them. You have one that's unlocked from the beginning, another that's at level 5, and one that's unlocks at level 10. And you can choose from like a bunch of them as you unlock them, either from getting them, and you pretty much get these all through these loot crates. Some people have called this paid to win because you can pay, because presumably you're going to be able to pay for these loot crates with real money. The difference is where it says in here, you know, one unlocks automatically, one unlocks at level 5, one unlocks at level 10. I have a feeling these are just beta level requirements, because I'm assuming this game is going to have a like typical, like, it's going to go up to like level 50 or something. I have a feeling that these things are going to be more spaced out, to where like the first one unlocks at like level 10, one unlocks like at level 25, and another one like at level, you know, whatever their arbitrary limit is. And so you can get every single one of these things if you want, and they all have like different tiers. You can see this one's like a level 2, and the recharge time is less for this particular ability. And yeah, you might be able to go in and like, okay, I could get like the max recharge time for this. You're only gonna, either at the beginning you're only gonna be able to do one, or you're not gonna do any until you hit whatever. So I don't feel like it's pay to win. It's definitely like the more you've played, you're gonna be at a better advantage, and that, you know, it can be debatable in itself. But I don't think it's pay to win, personally. Again, we'll see how they space it out, and we'll see how they space it out here. With the weapons, each class is coming with like at a max of 2 weapons. Again, I've seen more. They've released promo stuff that shows there's more available for everybody. So again, these are just this is just stuff in the beta, limits in the beta. The only other thing I can think of is I'm also assuming that when you go to customize stuff in here, you'll be able to customize for each different faction differently. Like here, you can go to your Enforcer class, and right now it only shows you what the First Order one is. Now, once you're actually in game, you can go and see what everything is and what you want to equip on here. But here it just shows you the Flame Trooper. Now, because this one is locked, you can't equip anything to this. That's probably why they did it. However, if they keep this if they keep it the same at this, where it feels like, oh, you can only customize one thing at the actual menu from the main menu, that seems weird. But again, I think this is just a beta limitation. That's what it feels like. Some of the stuff is that might be wonky, are just what it looks like in a beta, and it's going to be spaced out differently in the actual game. But besides that, I might be running over my time here, but besides that, and my friend just invited me, I think everything's groovy. I like the game a lot. I'll be picking it up. If you're looking for an exact replication of the old Battlefront 2, this is not going to be it. If you're looking for a much improved version of the newer Battlefront 1, this is it. And if you want to go play Battlefront 2, you can on PC, because they just reopened up all the servers for Steam and Good Old Games. So that's basically that's basically it for me. I guess I'm called Dill Bob occasionally. Have fun.